Everybody, this video is to help those that are asking for Z790 support on Linux or how compatible it is for those type of motherboards. It doesn't matter, like in my case, I have an Asus, but this can be Gigabyte, MSI, whatever. Basically, the Z790 family, let's put it like that in general. So I've seen, for example, in the forum of Linux Mint, on Reddit, on Ask Ubuntu, the Ubuntu forum, in multiple Discord, multiple places. Basically, people discouraging anybody that wants to try these motherboards or how incompatible they are on Linux right now. And this is why I literally made the channel so people would know how fast compatibility can be achieved on Linux, especially now. So if you see my channel, you know that I've been testing since the beginning of November. I actually got the computer in the beginning of November, and I've been testing the hardware a lot, benchmarking, everything. You've seen the rest of the videos, but I want you guys to have this video to show it to anybody that questions the compatibility about it on Linux. Okay, so first, you've seen the videos. That means that you know that hey, it works. So here's the hardware that I have. I've actually seen some people say that the 4090 still doesn't work properly on Linux. Uh, yes, it does. Um, there's also said that that there's some issues with this one. I haven't not had any CPU issues. Actually, it's this thing is too fast for my taste. I was used to a 6700K processor, so like 8 years ago or something. And then when I jumped here, I was like amazed. The biggest issue that I found in regards to overclocking and stuff like that, which is not the typical thing that you would do. Okay, it's the XMP with the RAM, and that's only because I have four slots used. That's why I got 128. But that's the biggest thing. And even then, I actually got XMP to from the 4800 megahertz to the 5600 megahertz, I think it was. I can actually hold it at 6000 now, but it's not stable. It's the same thing that would happen to you on Windows, okay? Especially when you have four slots. But coming back to compatibility, let me show you a couple of things here. So um, let's, well, I don't even need to open our RGB. Let's do some weird stuff here. Um, I mean, you're gonna be seeing the colors. That's why I'm changing. There you go. Okay, let's let's close this. This is happening because of one of the errors in regards to one missing I2C compatibility part there, which is I'm gonna show it to you, but it's not a must-have. It's not a oh my god, I didn't get this motherboard because this was lacking on Linux. I mean, come on. I'll show it to you. There's a couple of issues, but none of them actually affect performance or anything critical or even usable at this state. And you can see that it turned itself off when this got detected. So let me just close this here. With OpenRGB, you'll be able to see that I can actually control the RAM. You can see that the first RAM is basically static there. Okay, and that's because I set this up like this. Let's put it rainbow, which is the default. You can see that it changed there, right there. Let's put the second one static and the fourth one static. And you can see that those two are static and the other two. Basically, you can see that I can control that here. Okay. For the other parts here, these ones are missing. They got detected, but it's because in this case, this is a Logitech, the mouse that I have here. Let me see if it actually changes color. Okay. It's not, I think I turned it off or something. Yeah, I think I turned it off. So it saves battery. Anyway, we can test that in the future. But um, typically I was controlling it through VirtualBox, but now I can see that it's showing here I'm guessing at some points you'll be able to control it through here. Same for the headset. It's off. Yep. This is the mat, the power play mat, the power play mouse pad. Basically, it charges the the wireless mouse. It's always charging the wireless mouse. This is the one that's missing. It's one of those issues that's this issue here. That's why it's saying that this specific one. Okay, but if I go here, let's change this one so you can see something. See, you can change the color of the cooler there. Okay, do whatever you want. Looks nice. You get the idea. Okay, so this is how compatible Linux is right now with the Capellix of Corsair and the Z790, Intel 4090, Nvidia, etc., etc., etc. The shebang. Not only that, but let me show you something. Let's close this, okay? And let's check. Let's do a liquid cool status, okay? There you go. I can actually see the AIO, how it's working, the temperature inside of it, okay? It was actually 3 degrees less, but it was actually playing, and my kids were using the switch here, and but you can see the whole thing there. Let's do it again so you can see that actually changes. Okay, now it's going down obviously because I'm not doing much. In regards to compatibility with the Nvidia card, if you see my previous videos, then you know that this thing it's working. Not only working, but I noticed that I can actually now overclock this. It actually affects games. Obviously, I'm not gonna go crazy here, maybe 100, 150 or something. But you can actually overclock it. Just in case, for those that do want to overclock this, once you put the cool bit, I think I got it in 24 or 28. You have to type something and you have to press enter, and then you'll see that it's gonna start changing here. Okay, so I press enter, and you can see the minimum and the maximum just changed there. Let me put it back. I don't like overclocking anything. Just for testing there. Yeah, so you can see great compatibility. Let's do the CPU with CPU X, and here you go. You can see how the CPU actually gets detected properly and everything. It's working. It's actually telling me live, in a live way. So here we got the P cores. If we change it, we got the E cores. It actually changes the cores here. You can actually see everything. Let's go to this one. Okay. You can see the cache. You can see information about the motherboard right there. This mainly looks at the MID code kind of format there. You can see the memory. Okay, all 4 banks are being used, and other stuff. Okay, and other stuff that I've been using here. Do know that if you use the default kernel that Ubuntu has, everything is still gonna work properly. It's just that I'm using the 6.1 because of testing, and 2 because of some errors, well, warnings actually, that were showing that I didn't like, and that's where I'm gonna take you here. So this is my, okay, let me clear this up. Let me just do it like this. There were other warnings, okay, in regards to to this. They were not harmful. They were not penalizing you or performance penalties or something. No, no, no. Just I like my DMesh clean. That's all. I'm very picky. Uh, this is something in regards to Nvidia. Okay, that has been forever there. It doesn't do anything. It won't create an issue. It's just the way that Nvidia basically has their ACPI set up in a wrong way. So it works, but it still basically shows this when it's not using the standard format. This one is still bothering me. It does that mean that the Bluetooth is not working? Actually working. I've tested it on other videos as well, and if I go here and go to Bluetooth, you can see that it detects, holy crap, it went to the next house. Okay, so let's just close that up. But these two are that lighting that you see on the motherboard on the left side that it says rogue, that I can't change. Not only that, but it there's no driver yet. So I'm hoping that some version in the future will be able to change the color of that because oh my god, that's essential. This is in regards to the audio driver. It's working perfectly, but I don't know which specific codec it's not working. Even if we do, let me show you. Even if we do this and we go to that specific one, we see that it's audio Intel Corporation device 7850 revision 11. The thing is working properly. I tested it with a 7.1 and a 2.1 and a headset, and I didn't see any issues. I don't know what specific codec it's actually missing, but that's it. Those were the only issues that I found when installing Ubuntu here. They're not crippling. Everything works properly. I've been able to play. I've been able to render. I've been able to study Unreal Engine. I've been studying Unreal Engine and Unigen, and I've been doing a lot of things, even working my SQL servers, compiling, everything a developer does. And I have not had any issues. No freezing, no nothing. I did get freeze when I was testing SandMod, I think it was. Um, but that's about it. In regards to gaming and all that, the games work. Obviously, if there's an issue with the game, a lot of times it's the actual game, not the environment. In my particular case, um, but yeah, that's about it. And in regards to power, for the people that have asked if the 1300 is more than enough on Linux, that it's actually too much. It's very hard for you to actually use the CPU. At least for me, at least for the things that I do. And let's just render something here, okay? So let me open Kdenlive. Live. Let's open, yeah, multi games. Okay, sure. So here's this one that the video that I did before, and we're gonna try to render it using all threads. Okay, all threads. And look at the temperature here. Okay, up here for the CPU. So let's put an X here. We do a new one, and let's run it. Just let's run it. Do know, for the ones that actually do Kdenlive, that this is a 26.5 minute video, and look at the speed. Look at that thing. I mean, what the hell? That's really fast for me, or what I'm used to. And by the way, this is that's 1080. 1080. We're doing it here. Um, it's games. Blah blah blah. So just to give you an idea of what the 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 CPU is capable of. I'm gonna put it like this. So you guys actually can see everything. You can pause it. The total is, sum, the average there, this one, but you get an idea, okay, of the temperatures, and they literally go down super quick because of the Capellix cooling system there. I'm gonna stop this, but it's just for you guys to know how fast it goes down. The temperature, I mean. Stop it there. Let's go here. That's what I meant. Like, just it's boosting when it needs to, which means it's working properly, and then it goes down immediately. Super fast, actually. We were in 78 or something. Now we're, 20 degrees less, 30 degrees less. There we go. So that's what I wanted to show you, that it is compatible. 7 Z790 motherboards are compatible with Linux, in this case Ubuntu, and I've tested the hell out of it. Okay, so you don't need to be scared. You can buy that puppy. You can count on me if you need support. It's Luis Alvarado at Ubuntu.com. I'll leave my email there if you need support, if you actually get one of these motherboards, so I can guide you there. I did update the firmware on the motherboard, but only because the motherboard didn't support the 4090 at that completely at that point. But that was in the beginning of November, so I mean that we're talking 2 months ago. Everything was there was minor issues that were fixed with a firmware update on the motherboard, which is a typical thing that we all do. And that was it. That's the only change that I did here. Okay. I can go back to the 519 kernel and everything will still work properly. It's just a little bit freaky when I see errors or warnings on the dmesh. That's the only reason why I updated over here. Um, yeah. Oh, that reminds me for the discs. Okay, so on the previous videos, you saw that I was only using the SN850. So I want to show you. I got this here because I want to show you the speeds of different hard drives. So these are the rotational ones. Okay, so these are the huge ones, and not SSDs but HDDs. Okay, and let's just do a quick benchmark so you can see what I mean. Do a quick benchmark. Yeah, sure. You can see the speed on a Z790 for that. And as you can see, because it's one of those 7,200 RPM hard drives, you get the average one. Well, a little bit over the average one, because the average is like a 150. So we're getting 171 there. Okay, I'm gonna stop it because that's gonna take a really long time to do those samples. But you get the idea. Um, then we'll jump to Samsung with two SSDs. You can see the A50 Pro here. Let's do a quick benchmark there too. And you can see the average. The average that they literally advertise on their page. So I like it. Let's stop it. That's for the 512 size. For myself, I'm just going to do this one to see if something changes. Yeah, it's more or less the same thing. Okay. And now we're going to do the um, the new ones, the NVMe. So we got typical hard drives, the SSD, and NVMe. So a huge. This was a long time ago when I did this benchmark. Let's do it again, and you can see a huge jump in performance. Okay, is it working properly? Yeah, everything I can. There's no compatibility issues whatsoever that I have here, and I'm literally showing you basically 30 years, 20, 30 years worth of storage technology here. I didn't go to floppies, or something like that. Um, but you can see that hard drives work properly, SSDs work properly, and NVMe work properly. I do need to show you that I am using them. Um, the G4 RTX 4090 is actually on the Gen 5 slot, but if we learn something, it's that the 4090 was not meant for Gen 5, it was for Gen 4. Um, um, I need to set up the BIOS so I can tell it that the NVMe should use the Gen 5. I did not do that. Whoops. They're using Gen 4 too. So that might improve a little bit the performance, but Jesus, we're getting 6 gigabytes per second, so I can't complain there. But point being of the whole video, you can see how compatible this whole thing is. Okay, I just show you Bluetooth to hard drives, to video, to rendering, to cooling solution detection, to lights, to everything. So I hope this video gives you an insight of how compatible Linux, in this case Ubuntu, is with the Z790. Okay, and we're talking since November. Not a lot of things have changed in regards to compatibility world there. Um, and for you to get an idea. So if anybody says otherwise, you can share this video and let them know how everything actually it's actually working in this realm. Thank you. Big hugs to everybody and think positive. Bye.